Israel is claiming that this was a preemptive attack to offset any potential Hezbollah retaliation in regards to the assassination of one of its senior commanders. Hezbollah had threatened retaliation, given, obviously, symbolically speaking, that is a huge hit for the movement. Now, Hezbollah had tried to offset any retaliation to give ceasefire talks a chance, and they've already made it very clear that given the exchange of fire now, if Hezbollah feels satisfied with its military operation, that it's willing to now close this chapter and not allow for any further escalation. So really, this leaves the ball in Israel's court once again. But as we've seen over the last 10 months, Israel has been very much adamant on conducting these sorts of regional provocations through its targeted assassinations in places like Tehran, in places like Beirut, in full violation of international law, in full violation of state sovereignty. And what we have seen is regional states trying to prevent any kind of serious escalation simply because this is in no one's interest at the moment to engage in a full-out regional war. Now, as I said, Hezbollah has made it very clear that it is willing to close this chapter. But what we are seeing from Israel is that unless you actually have something, like the US or any of its Western allies trying to really rein it in, Israel is willing to try and push the boundaries and see how far it can do that.
And of course, the next big question that everyone is asking is that will this will it bring in the Iranians? And, will it lead to some kind of qualitative increase in the regional conflict? What do you think about the Iran's involvement or the probability of that?
Well, so far in the last 10 months, Iran has been trying to prevent any serious regional escalation. Iran doesn't have the backing at home to enter a full-scale regional war. Again, we've seen things that should really be considered red lines, should really be considered the sort of very catalyst that would plunge us into full-out regional war. And what we have seen is actual restraint from countries like Iran and Hezbollah, simply because domestically speaking, they are not capable of really undergoing a full-scale regional war and the implications that will bring. Even with something like this, the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh on Iranian territory was incredibly humiliating for the Iranian regime. But we haven't seen anything yet from the Iranian regime that will bring out a full-scale regional escalation. And the same thing here in this case. Again, we've seen numerous times Israel has violated Lebanese sovereignty, and yet Hezbollah has still tried to restrain itself on the basis of trying to give ceasefire talks a chance, and also on the basis of, again, not wanting to be plunged into a war that it does not have the capacity, not Hezbollah itself, but Lebanon itself, to really endure.